In today's episode, we're going to be trying to do the rear suspension and the shifter. I don't know if we're going to get to both, but I at least want to get the rear suspension in so I can throw some rear tires on. So let's get to it. So I'm facing a dilemma. I grabbed the suspension and I had to go grab some magnets because I forgot whenever I took out the suspension to put into my new Miata, and I took the old suspension out of my new Miata and I'm gonna put that here, I flung a bolt somewhere and I don't know where it is, because it's the bolt that goes right here in this hole that holds the whole bottom of the suspension on, and it did not want to come off, taking it off of that one. So I had to drill a hole in the side of the lower control arm and use a pin to punch out the bolt, and whenever it finally gave through, came out of there, it went somewhere, I don't know. And so now I'm going to search for it because I need it. So I actually don't remember this part of taking out the old suspension because I thought I only lost that bolt. I don't know where the other bolts are. Now I search for bolts somewhere. I found two bolts that look rusty and fucked up enough that they probably go in my car, and they look about the right sizes. We're gonna hope so, because I don't want to walk back up here. Miata. So I really hope these things fit, because I don't want to go back up there. So we're gonna hope for the best here. Hang on. This guy goes through there. Okay, yep, that's the right bolt. Maybe not the right one, but it's gonna work. What about this guy? You know, two threads is enough for me. I'll take it. So we have found all of our bolts. Now it's time to put it all on. So I don't by any means condone following this as a tutorial, but I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this. But you know, if you wanna actually learn how to do this, I'd go probably watch like a YouTube video or like a video showing you how to do this, because this is not a tutorial. Okay, so I'm gonna shove this guy in that slot, and then this is gonna go up inside there's a cup, and bolts go inside the cup up here, and then the slot down here, this hole, and then, you know, suspension. So I've managed to lose another nut. There's a nut that goes on the other side of this bolt that goes in this hole. And in my struggle to take it out the first time, I evaporated it. So I'm just gonna do a crazy jump cut to me finding it, because I'm tired of recording this. So I found a bolt and a nut, but they are not the original bolt and or nut, but I could not find the nut for that side. So I found a bolt and a definitely not a lug nut that fit, are the right length, the same thickness, but there's a slight issue. In this cavity where this bolt goes into, there needs to be a nut right here in between this little gap. This lug nut will not fit into that gap. So I can do one of two things. I can bend this, move it out of the way, get the lug nut in there and move it back, which I don't want to do because it's really hard metal. Or I cut my lug nut in half. That should work, in theory. So, I got the nut pretty small compared to what it was as the lug nut. And so, I think it's going to work just fine. What I do need to do now is go test it, see if it's going to fit in that gap. Either come back and keep grinding it, or go ahead and put the suspension on. But I wanted to take this time to talk about some of the plans with this project. So not only am I wanting to just, get it back up on its feet, restore it, but the main goal is to drift and compete in this car, learning drift comps, everything like that. And so it's going to be a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I'm going to try and document all of that while building this on a budget, because currently I don't make a lot of money. So this entire car is going to be pieced together piece by piece, such as making my own bolt and lug for a random bolt on the car. So this whole car is going to be a budget build, and eventually I'm gonna be tallying everything as I go of what I've spent. But currently everything is been completely free, given to me off of an old Miata or improvised parts. So the budget currently $0, and I'll be updating that as I go. So we're gonna go ahead and try and see if this will fit. Come right here into this gap and see if this will fit. Yes, it will. Okay, and then I just gotta press that up, line it up with the hole up there. We'll be good to cinch her down. Folks, I did it. I got the bolt and, come on, light, work. I got the bolt and the nut on there. It's tight, it's on. We're ready to start putting it all together. The right side is finished. Coil spring is in, everything is done, all tightened up on this side. So back driver's side suspension is done. Front driver's side suspension is done. Now, in theory, this is going to get finished now. So I'm going to do one of those little transition things and go. This side is all on, all tightened down. So that side, that side, that side, all the suspension is done, ready to put a wheel on. The only side we are missing is this front right. We should be good to finally get it rolling and start actually modding it from there. I think the first mods are gonna be, I guess not a mod, but fixing this front fender on top of welding the diff, which would be a cool video. So thanks for sticking around, and stay tuned for the next video because it's almost back up on its feet.